Hey guys, welcome back to Friend of Me. I'm Ian, and we are finally here, finally here, with Volume 8 of RWBY. And I know it's been out for a bit. So sorry it's taking me this long. Hopefully, well, I don't know the time frame of filming this and this goes up, so I'm not going to say anything. But as you can see, there is an attempt to add some color to the background. Still working on it. Gotta get some more stuff. It costs money that I don't have an infinite supply of. But anyway, just do my best to try to add a little more color to the background so it's not just so bland, just watching me talk about stuff afterwards. But anyway, back to RWBY. We left off not the most positive of situations. I mean, Oz is back. Well, he's opened up again, and he's unhidden himself. Came out of hiding. I don't know why I just say it like that. And I think he and Oscar are staying to try to fight. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Fight for Atlas. Because Salem shows up with a giant flying whale. And assumingly an army of Grimm, so that's not good. The rest of our team, plus Penny, are flying towards somewhere. I don't remember if they stated where. But they've trying to get the heck out of there right now. Another downside for our team. Well, for one, Ironwood's kind of cracked quite a bit. And he shot Oscar, a kid, with little to no hesitance. After drawing, he drew and then fired. He didn't draw the gun, paused for a moment and fire. It was just instant. So that's worrisome. I don't know if he's gonna be able to come back from this. I really hope so, because I like the guy. It sucked because it was like pretty soon after that fight he had with Watts. But anyway, let's see. I'm trying to remember Cinder. Jeez, I couldn't remember her name for a second. Cinder and Neo. They have the lamp, so 2 for 2 in terms of relics for us. I know Cinder took the relic last time from Beacon. I know they have that. I don't remember which relic it is, but right now they have possibly a third too because of the scepter, the spear. No wait, is the lamp? No, yeah, the lamp was okay. Yeah, so I don't think they got right. Did they get the relic from Beacon? Because I know all the schools are supposed to have it, right? And they got the lamp from Mistral. I think that's the right school. I kept getting that mixed up with Mantle. The one where Lionheart is at. Pretty sure that's where they got the lamp. It's been a while since that. I'm sorry. So yeah, I mean, we're just kind of left with a bit ragged right now. So we're already starting off the season in a pretty low place. Oh, that's cool. See the RWBY volumes. What is this?
There.
There what? What are we doing? Oh my god. It's got a landing strip inside the whale. Because I should have seen that coming. Did it always start like this? I don't remember. It's been a while, I guess. But it looked very much like a RWBY intro.
My queen.
Oh.
Cinder. When I chose you as my vessel for the maidens, I put my trust in you.
Maidens. Okay.
So I trust that you wouldn't possibly return to me empty-handed.
Relic.
The relic of knowledge. I took it right from under Ironwood's nose.
Uh-oh.
Outsmarting the general speaks less to your intellect and more to his.
It was like cheering for a second.
After all, you were outsmarted by those children first.
And according to radio chatter, that same general and his forces outsmarted you. A shame Watts never made it back.
I'm afraid the doctor was a necessary sacrifice. I do hope this little one doesn't become another.
Who is she?
Neapolitan has some very useful abilities and has proven to be a valuable asset.
You certainly do enjoy collecting assets.
I'll watch it. I'll use the...
Cinder.
Wow, it's been a while since I've seen these two. And
You're
Hazel.
here! I knew you'd
Quiet.
So devoted to someone so incompetent. While the good doctor and I were advancing the will of our goddess, dismembering the very body of this kingdom, you were merely atoning for past failures.
Polendina's creation interfered with the transfer of the Winter Maiden power. But now I know she has it. And once I return to Atlas, it won't take long to finish what I started. That power will be mine.
I've given no such command.
Right?
Ma'am, now is the time to...
This game is not yours to win, Cinder. It's mine.
Okay.
Just because you're more
You're up.
valuable to me than a pawn does not make you a player.
Well, that's cool.
Everything is already in motion. All you need concern yourself with is your ability to act when I tell you to.
Of course. Without you, I am nothing.
Oh boy, is that Mantle? Oh, that's cool. That was like badger hands. I only have 7.
Heads up.
The team. Okay.
Need a lift?
I guess it did leave. Okay. We're staying in Mantle though. Trying to protect it from the ground, assumedly.
I was stupid to think the general would listen. Every choice I've made was the wrong one. And now...
We all did what we thought was best. I'm just glad you're all right. Yeah, I see you.
So they get robbed?
Inside! Hurry!
No, robbing has been taken, right? Wouldn't they give your place
I
away?
know. Sector 3 is going to need the most help. I'm sending backup your way right now. Fiona, do you copy? We need transport from Sector 3 to the crater.
Copy.
With the once heroes, now fugitives on the run, Betty and Mantle are left to wonder what the future holds for them.
Well,
When we heard you went off after Ironwood on your own, we...
How did you end up down in the slums?
It's a
short story.
long story. I get the feeling there's been a few of those tonight.
You're not going to tell them.
You and I aren't done talking yet.
Alright, fair enough.
Where's Crow?
We don't know. Last we heard, he was with Robin, but...
All right. Your friend is back now. You ready to work? The largest Grim Horde ever seen is hovering over the tundra, and out there is a city full of people with no heat, and from what you told us, no more military protection. And while we're happy to give you guys a place to lie low for a while, it's time to get those people some help.
How? Ironwood is stopping all evacuations to Atlas, and we can't get them out of the city with Salem's forces surrounding us.
The crater, beneath Atlas. It's not safe, but it's warm. And with everyone in one place, we can do a better job protecting them. May can send you where you're needed most. We've got to get everyone down into that crater before nightfall. In the slums, we might have a chance.
We're never going to sleep again. I just know it.
Either you're helping, or you're baggage.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Might stop recording.
We need to get out there and do what we can for Mantle.
We need to do what we can for everyone. What about Amity? And telling the world about Salem? We can't do this alone.
This
we
dies.
need help.
Ruby's right. The Happy Huntresses are handling the evacuation better than we
Maybe
could.
not.
And there's a bigger picture. But Amity isn't even finished. It was still under construction.
Doctor, what would you need to launch Amity now?
We made decent progress on construction and fuel collection. All potentially manageable, but, Amity was designed so that it couldn't launch itself without first being granted clearance from General Ironwood's terminal.
Ruby, there is no way Ironwood will cooperate with us.
But he doesn't have to. We just need the green light from his terminal, right?
You want to go back to the academy?
Yeah, actually, there is more than one terminal. The one in his office and, one in the main Atlesian military compound at the base of the city. You'd have to get into the compound somehow, then get inside the operations room, and then... Oh boy, I might need to think about this some more.
And just to clarify, this is the easy option?
What you're saying is it can't be done. It's pointless. And even if you got the message out, there's no guarantee help would come.
It's not pointless. Atlas is only Salem's current target. She's not hiding anymore, and once she's done here, she'll move on to the rest of Remnant. We need to warn them!
Ruby, when we came here, we said we'd follow your lead. But things haven't exactly worked out.
There are people here who need us right now. That's something we can actually do.
But this isn't about just Atlas. Ruby's right. It's about all of Remnant. They need to know in Vacuo, in Mistral, in Vale, what's coming, so they can prepare.
Okay, then let's go for both. Get Amity up and running and evacuate Mantle.
But that's how Salem got this far, by dividing us. We have to stick together.
No. What Salem wants is to turn us against each other. Just like this. John has a point. We can work separately and still be united.
Or let me take the relic to Salem. And maybe she will call off her attack on the kingdom.
I don't think we can trust Salem to actually do that. And the moment she uses the staff to create anything else, Atlas falls onto Mantle.
Nobody's turning you over to anybody. I think that's the one thing we could all agree on.
Okay, then I guess we're going to Atlas. Can you help us get to that terminal?
I suppose someone needs to help you bypass security.
I'll go.
Penny, we can't risk...
I'll go.
Do what you gotta do. I'm going out there to see what I could do.
Gang. Go by the pharmacy. I was developing some new tools for you all before
new
this
tools.
happened. You're gonna need them.
Nora?
I'm going with Ruby.
But what about Mantle?
Oh, I'm saving Mantle. Because I actually believe we can do this.
Hey, we're still united.
I hope so.
I can get Pietro out to Amity to prepare, but that doesn't answer how we're getting all of you up to Atlas.
I might actually have an idea for
Hello, Penny. I'm worried for your safety. Tell me where you are, and I'll have you picked up right away.
Can he track you?
Atlas needs you, Penny. Salem is here.
She's not going anywhere until you change your mind about Mantle. There's still a chance for Remnant to
Mantle? You're still worried about Mantle? Remnant is doomed, Ruby. Unless we leave, Salem will destroy Atlas, and with it, any hope humanity has left. We need to think about the future. If she makes it through her defenses, everything that follows will be on your hands.
Oh man, another hand, huh?
Sir, the prisoners have arrived. They're being processed in Stockade B.
Crow and Robin?
Could you give us the room, please?
I'll be fine.
Thank you, Winter. I don't know what I would do without you. No one has ever seen a Grim Force this large before. The city's hard-light shields will hold, but not forever.
What will you do, sir?
Wait, you can't be in here.
This is absurd! Let us through!
I told you we need to speak to
I
the
am going
General.
to do everything I can to defend this kingdom,
What in God's name do you think you're doing, James?
no matter the cost.
And what's this about martial
Ironwood,
law?
what are you doing?
Have you lost your damned mind? Are you that scared of what might...
Yeah. You see what's happening?
I have questions for you. But first I need the one who can show me how. Bring him to me.
Oscar? You saw? Whoa! Oh. Oh, that looks so good. Dude, that is so cool. I love it. Oh. Man, come on, guys. Oh, whoa. I figured she would need some aid. What happened to her arm, it seems. Uh-oh. God. Uh-oh. So Hazel and the others are backing him. God, I love the way it does that. Like the glitch, it's kind of like a apocalyptic version of this, which is kind of what we're in right now. Whoa. Oof. Oh, jeez. Ugh. Oh man, that is so freaking cool looking. That was such a different setting, even from like when she was like at her base or whatever. Kind of looks like a, what you call it, like pastels on it. I love like the still art and all this, like the concept art. God dang, this looks. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks like unbelievable almost. Like maybe it doesn't look like it stands alone from the show itself. I feel like. Oh, yikes. Okay, yeah, definitely a different feel already. Like right off the bat. Oh, and that intro or the theme for this volume. Like just the concept in just this song for this volume. I mean, I know they kind of are supposed to represent what the volume is going to be about, but this is just such a stark contrast, or stark. I'm using the wrong words. It represents it so well. Like it's almost like, well, not almost. It's depicting hopelessness, and it's kind of like everybody's starting to. It's seeping into every character right now. Oscar's feeling like he made the wrong decision trying to talk Ironwood down. Showing Ironwood go and shoot one of the council members. I know. Okay, I mean it's worse the fact that he shot a kid and without any kind of remorse. And keep repeating, but and now he's going just murdering members of the council. He's turning into a straight up dictator. Like it's like he's not even holding on to that bit of him anymore. Like he just completely let go of who he was. And that, Mantle's kind of one is freezing over people. Like I don't think it's still the same day. Like they were trying to, whenever the I think it's the same day. Pretty sure it is. Whenever the heat turned off, they're trying to get it back on, trying to get Atlas to turn it back on. Even though it wasn't them, but that's what they thought at first. And I think they're still, freezing over. And they're trying to get Robin's team, trying to get people of Mantle to the crater where Atlas came from originally, and because it's, it would actually keep them warm. And I'm assuming that's where the slums reside. It's such a it sucks, but it's such a cool. I don't know, not turn. I guess yeah. Turn for the show. I don't know, because this whole time it's like we've been striving to get a leg up over Salem, and it's like this is the moment where we finally have tripped up and fallen. And I don't know how much of the volume, it'd probably be the whole volume, possibly trying to even recover because we see even in the themes, in this volume's theme, the team's fracturing as well. Like, again, with the theme showing just with hopelessness and depression seeping in, how it's affecting everybody differently. Like the team is fracturing in different ways, and they're forming different versions of the team. Like before, when Blake was gone for a while, and also Yang stayed back in Volume 4 when Yang was staying at the house because she was still recovering from having lost her arm. It was RWBY. It was just RWBY from Team Team RWBY because Weiss was also being held up at her place, and so it was just RWBY and what was left of Team Juniper because Hera had been killed. So that was like that for the majority of it. Was it all of the volume, right? And then Yang showed up, I think. No, Yang didn't show up until, crap, what happened at the end of Volume 4? They were heading towards Mantle, and then they had made it to Mistral. I'll find out later. Blake was just was still back at her place. Weiss had escaped. Later, Yang and Weiss got together, and there were just different formations of the team. We had finally got the team back together, I think, around like the end of Volume 5, and then at the end of Volume 7, up until the end of Volume 7, sorry, we had both teams together, and now they're fracturing again and performing in different ways. Blake and Yang aren't on opposite ends necessarily, but Blake's more siding with RWBY, as is Weiss and Nora and Penny and Oscar, right? Yeah, I think Oscar. Where Jean was more so kind of try to keep people at peace and trying to keep people together. So he's like, we'll do both. He just went with one side to kind of probably to maybe keep things at an even keel, because Yang's kind of starting not really. She's more so just she's regretting kind of having followed what RWBY had, like her plan. It was for originally to obviously keep information from Ironwood, because we saw that throughout a little bit in last volume where she was questioning not telling Ironwood with her and Blake's conversation, and she just feels maybe following her sister isn't working out. She wants to go a different route of not just because of following her sister, but like she feels like they need to focus on helping Mantle. RWBY's trying to get him because she also thinks that getting the beacon up the Amity Tower up and running is pointless, thinking that there's not a whole lot of chance, one, for it to even really get out, or for the fact that what are chances that Beck would even show up. But RWBY, she wants to warn the rest of Remnant, which yeah, of course, especially since it seems Salem isn't gonna be in hiding any longer. He's completely out in the open. By the way, that was awesome. Like, where in the whale, first off, what the heck? It had landing strips. What's it called? I can't remember I can't remember the term. Somebody will point it out to me. But that thing is just carrying a bunch of Grim with it inside. It's like the dragon or Draken or whatever we wanted to call it. That was like dripping Grim at the Volume 3. I wasn't sure. I thought Cinder was on the outs, but I guess it was more so she was trying to have something to actually give to Salem, because she had failed. Was it Volume 5? She was trying to, one, get the Maiden's abilities. The Fall Maiden? Spring Maidens? I think Cinder's got the Fall Maiden's abilities, right? So there's Summer, and then now Penny has the Winter one. But anyway, I believe Raven's got this Spring Maiden abilities right now. So she couldn't get that. She couldn't get the lamp either, and she lost the fight. So that all just went heads up for her. So she, didn't dare return empty-handed to Salem, because even coming back to her with the lamp, she's still kind of a bit on iffy terms right now. And my nose. And Cinder's not. Well, she's treating Emerald the same way she's always treated her, but with a little less patience than she had before. We haven't seen them since Volume 5, I think. Right? Sure. Yeah, I don't think we saw them at all in the last volume. Or, I mean, not last volume. Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean, I don't think we saw them in the 6th volume either. I don't think. But the last time we saw them was in Volume 5, and only for a little bit. I didn't really have anything. I'm pretty sure they didn't. Or wait, did she go with Cinder to fight Team RWBY and all, the rest? Yeah, Team RWBY and them. I think. It's been a while. I think she did, maybe. I don't remember. I know Hazel was there. Leo was helping them. Anyway, not to mention that the intro also just was. I could be wrong, but I felt like that opening was more cinematic in terms of how it was opening. Like it was kind of showing like the logo and other things as it was going into like panning and everything throughout the giant whale. Or not. It was sorry. No, it was going to with through Cinder and Neo's portion for a bit with that. I'm curious how Tyrion got there. Like, did he just fly on? I'm assuming. I guess one of the Grimm picked him up, and he made it. Because I don't think the whale didn't land, and he was still on the. He was on the ground. I feel like Neo's gonna turn on Cinder eventually. I mean that. I feel like I'm kind of probably speaking obvious. I'm pretty sure everybody feels the same way. That's kind of. They're not necessarily hinting. It's more so just like, hey, by the way, this is gonna happen. I don't know if she'll help Ruby because she wanted revenge on her in the first place, but maybe, or maybe she'll just steal from Cinder and then make her look bad. I don't know. I'm not really sure exactly where she'll go because she still has grudges against Ruby, but maybe she'll like whatever. Better than dealing with Cinder. Who knows? The fact that she called her an asset. She really didn't like that, and just kind of, and especially when Salem was like, you really like collecting assets, valuable assets. You know, like that. I'm pretty sure Roman didn't refer to it as that, at least not like in front of her. So she didn't. She definitely cared, or at least respected him. About she hasn't hidden that she doesn't really care too much for Cinder, especially I think when they first met, she was following her or something, and then tried to fight her. But they did fight, and then Cinder worked out an arrangement to, since they both had grudges against RWBY. And Salem said something about, things are going according to plan. So that's like, I don't know, does she have somebody else, or is it just like, Ironwood's just falling into like every trap that they've set. Like she expected him to do exactly what he's been doing. Probably this whole pushing him to go into this martial law, and leaving Mantle to dry was what she wanted. They already have one relic. They just need to get the one from Atlas, and she could literally just. I'm wondering why she's waiting. This whale. It could just drive into Atlas. Pretty sure the ships wouldn't really do much to it. You could just literally plow through all the ships and then just and crash into the tower where the spear is. I don't know if she knows where it's at, but still, at the very least, she could raise the freaking island, or raise isn't destroy. Sorry. Just pick up the spear wherever it's left, left lying. There's something else going on. Also, it seems Oscar's decided not to tell the team about Oz yet. Or not necessarily decided not to tell them, but he wants to talk to Oz first. Trevor still got some not a bone, but you know what I mean. He's not finished with him, especially considering he kind of left them alone. I mean, they got along. They got along fine, but you know they're in a situation right now. So he probably feels like he could have helped them out. He maybe could have helped them stop Ironwood, which he probably could have. Pretty sure Ironwood would not have been able to stop Oz. Like Oz was the only one. Even though Ironwood kind of went against a lot of his wishes, like while Oz was still around, I still feel like Oz is the only one that was keeping Ironwood, you know, not on a leash necessarily, but at least keeping him at bay enough, you know, kind of reining him in a bit, keeping him as much as at peace as James could be. I don't know. Maybe he just thinks he might be upset with him about that, about Oz not being there when he went up against Ironwood. No, I think Oscar went with the other team, with Yang and Ren. They was showing a bit where it was Ren and Oscar and Nora were on opposite sides, and I'm worried about those two. Like they've been such close friends for so long, like almost since they were children. He helped her keep calm when a Remnant attacked, when a Grim attacked, and it was, you know, that freaking McLovey showed up. You know, seeing them kind of starting to drift apart, more kind of fracture apart in a way. Because Ren is he's so battered by everything. He doesn't know what's right and what to do. Not what's right, but like he's confused, and he's I guess he's obviously scared, but I don't know what else to kind of like pinpoint what he's feeling right now. How to word it myself. It's lost at the tip of my tongue, but you know what I'm trying to say. They show the Aesop, the Morning Clover. They said that they weren't friends. No, they weren't really friends. They trusted each other to have each other's back. I feel like the only one that kind of really that showed the most emotion was Marrow. I feel like he'd be the most open to accepting the team's point of view. I'm hoping he can come along and hope that he can kind of convince, especially after what they saw Ironwood just do with bringing what's her name? The Speedy girl. I can't remember her name. I know it has to do with the rabbit thing. I can't remember the stupid thing though. Harriet. There you go. Yeah, she was just in shock. She couldn't believe what she had seen. And Winter's, I'm hoping that they can all see, because we saw kind of Winter kind of sort of starting to question a little bit, or unsure of, I don't know, she was conflicted. I feel like, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like Winter was a bit conflicted nearing the end, or during the latter half of last volume. I don't know, I hope everybody, I hope Winter and Team Ops, I hope they come around. We could use all the help we can get right now. But guys, that's it for this week's episode of RWBY. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, I don't know if he's going to be going up an episode a week, or if I'm be putting them all out as fast as I can. I don't know, but I'm recording them as much as I can today. So hopefully look forward to more of that pretty soon.